My nominee brings us to sort of an old philosophical question. If a building is named after a person, and that wall of fame happens to be in the very building that you're named after, is it redundant just to have you put on the wall of fame? I didn't feel it was, and I felt like Dr. Terhune's accomplishments and contributions to this college have been so huge in his 13 and a half years here that I'm so honored to have a chance to be able to thank him and to honor him here. I think the word transformational is used maybe a little too much sometimes, kind of like the word awesome. If everything's awesome, nothing's awesome. But I don't think it's a stretch at all to say that Dr. Terhune really had a transformational effect on our college in so many different ways that I'll talk about up here. In his 13 and a half years here at the college, he accomplished more than I thought any human being could ever accomplish in that amount of time. Now, I happened to start here with him as a new employee here. I just moved here from Colorado. And he came here, I believe, in July. I came here in August. So I have an interesting reference frame for what happened with the college, because I saw it just kind of right at the time when he came here. And you can see how different things are right now. During Dr. Terhune's tenure, under his leadership, we accomplished so much. And I know he'll be modest and say that a lot of people contributed to this, and certainly that's true. But I really believe it was his leadership that was really instrumental in being able to do this. To begin with, our enrollment doubled in the 13 and a half years, roughly. I don't know the exact number, but it approximately doubled during his tenure here. He was able to expand our facilities, which allowed us to be able to take in more students, which was just an amazing thing. Some of his other accomplishments were the buildings. Look around you. You know, we'd be sitting on a hillside here, I think, if it wasn't for this building. Well, who started with the health science building? I don't believe that we'd had a new building built since, I think, the late 70s. I think it was the Tracy Gaines building. So it wasn't something that we were used to having. It was new buildings. And the health science building really relieved a lot of stress on what was the West building now, which is the Powers building. And it really, kind of took some of the stress off of people in terms of space, and boy, it gave the health science people one of the most amazing facilities that we could have. Building that we're standing in right now. He said, look around, this is a wonderful building. Also, the library building, something I'm quite grateful for, because I am on the second floor of the library building and get to enjoy it every day I come to work. And what a wonderful facility, what a wonderful library that we're able to have because of what got set into motion by Dr. Terhune. There's also the other campuses. We only had one campus at the point when he came. Now, of course, the Tiger River campus was our first acquisition. The Cherokee campus, as Daryl had talked about earlier. Also, there's the Union campus, too. And he also even helped to plant some of the initial seeds for the downtown Evans building campus, and really felt that we seriously needed a presence downtown. And that was something that was real strong in terms of his priorities. He also was involved in renovating many things. He renovated much of the Daniel Hull building, which was the East building. And he actually started the advisement center here, which has been something that has really helped our campus a lot, has helped our students a lot. He expanded the tutorial learning center, which was in existence when he came, but he really gave us good facilities for that too. And he made that a priority. I still remember one of the first meetings we had was service to students, raises, and some other things. Well, the raises that were given during those times really made bringing Spartanburg Community College employees' salaries closer to the regional and the national average. I figured, and my math may not have been good. Dr. Terhune's was a math professor. I figured it was something like my salary rose 72% in the 13 and a half years that he was here, which I thought was amazing. And I still thank him for that. But it's really helped us also to attract really high-quality faculty and staff and continue. We've always had high-quality faculty and staff, but that makes that the accomplishment even easier. Now, maybe one of the tougher things that he had to deal with was the name change. And I had the opportunity to interview him and the other presidents, Henry, and in fact I had a chance to interview Henry and Dr. Terhune together, President Giles. And one of the things that was on his impossible list when he came here was changing our name from Spartanburg Technical College to Spartanburg Community College. And I don't know how you did it, but somehow you faced down legislators who I think even threatened maybe to cut some of our funding, our state funding, or maybe we would be kicked out of the system or whatever. I don't know, but he got our name changed, which I think was one of the biggest things. When I first applied for the job here and found out I had an interview, I was living out in Denver, Colorado, and I saw the name of the college I was going to be going to was Spartanburg Technical College, and I wasn't quite sure what that was for sure, because in Denver there was a Denver Technical College, and it wasn't an accredited institution. So one of the first things I did was I went to the library to kind of research it. I saw it was a wonderful college, but the name, I think, sometimes can get in the way a little bit, because the national branding really is community college now. And I'm really proud of the fact that now, after quite a few years of having our name changed, we're still the only community college in South Carolina. I really thought that others would follow suit. But just to show how amazing that accomplishment was, nobody's dared try that yet, I don't think. We're so proud of our college here and all the accomplishments of everybody. But it's such an honor to be able to honor Dr. Dan Lee Terhune, our president for 13 and a half years. Thank you so much for everything you brought.
Right up front, I want to say thank you to Bob for nominating me, and for Henry and the board for approving the nomination and allowing me to share this honor with the other folks. You know, Bob didn't mention this, although he mentioned just about everything, and I appreciate that. The Wall of Fame was something that I saw as necessary to honor two groups of people that don't necessarily get honored as they pass through their tenure here. And that is the employees and people that are part of our system, including former employees and community members that had made a real significant impact on the college. And I think in some ways, you know, the old story about the football coach, you know, that talks about, you know, after all the fame and all the hurrah and everything, what really matters is what you appreciated most about your tenure. And I think the Wall of Fame is certainly in the top 2 or 3 of that. Former presidents were part of that first group, and a board member and a faculty member. And I was stunned when I came in tonight, or this afternoon, this morning, and noticed that one wall is completely filled. Completely filled. And if you read the plaques on the walls and see the number of years the employees have devoted to this college, to look at the community members that are household names in our community, board members, former presidents, as I mentioned before, if you look at all of that, it's not really the wall that's the honor. For me, the honor is being on that wall with those folks. That's the important thing to me. And I am humbled by this today. I appreciate the award. I think that all of our employees particularly should be proud to work here, to be a part of this college. I know that Henry has taken the wall. Center and campus is largely the effort of Henry Giles. Let's make that clear right here. And you know, as they say, in conclusion, I do want to thank everybody for remembering. It's incredible to me that it's been almost 5 years since I held the office of president here. I've enjoyed every minute I've been away, but I truly enjoyed every minute that I was here working. Thank you, Bob, and thanks to